Just an hour and a half ago, I was sitting in my local barber's waiting to get my hair cut when I got a text message from a good friend that said, how do you fancy coming down to Barton Aerodrome to come and talk on camera about this new project? What's the new project? I said.
Veterans Garage is a project that was thought up of from making a social and stable hub for veterans really, and having some kind of interactive theme, so you know, tinkering with the cars, and it started off as a restoration garage, and then it's kind of grew into this bigger kind of model where we have welfare and facilities for games rooms and stuff like that. So, and it's had a big response, really big response.
You know, this is so different to everything that's going on at the moment. It's got elements of things that are going on elsewhere, but it's bringing a lot of different elements together into one place.
I met Dan at the pop-in at Royal British Legion in Manchester, and they brought several charities together, and we all got one cause in common, and that's to help armed forces veterans.
What charities need to do in the armed forces world is actually work together rather than against each other, and that's one thing they don't do. So yeah, doing this and getting them all in and actually helping each other out to help ex-forces personnel, it'll be really good.
You know, everybody talks in the military about camaraderie, and it is such a strong bond, you know, and you do miss that. I've been out now for 25 years, so you know, that's a long time, and you do miss that. You do miss that. I mean, I think that this is going to bring that back, because we're going to be able to come here, you know, 7 days a week. Nice restaurant, nice bar, nice atmosphere, and with familiar faces and ex-military, whether it be, you know, Army or Navy or Air Force.
Could be a lot life-changing for everyone. There's a lot of people out there that leave the armed forces, don't know what to do, and it's a chance for them to get in, get acquainted with some people, like VIC, for instance. They help people out.
Dan and his dad approached us a number of months ago with the idea, and we thought, yeah, it actually sounds a brilliant, fantastic idea, not assuming it was going to pull off. And as time went by, it seemed even better. Great idea. I think with regards to the initial phases, it's going to be very difficult to monitor, because we do want to keep as much originality with the building throughout the construction phase. So as you can see, it is a dilapidated building, and it can be potentially quite dangerous, so it's going to be very, very sort of difficult to manage on the initial stages, I think.
Who wouldn't want to support that sort of charity? But then on a sort of historical sense, this is the oldest municipal airport terminal in the country. So on a heritage sense, we should also be protecting these buildings. So give it a fantastic use, and then let's rebuild it and bring it back to life.
I'm expecting really big things. I mean, before my fire service career, I was in the Army. I served in the Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers. As a mechanic, I used to fix tanks and Land Rovers and trucks and staff cars and all sorts of things. So when I found out about this, I thought, wow, amazing. You know, there are a number of different organisations that are helping veterans in different ways, but as far as I'm aware, there's nothing like this.
A lot of these guys, what gets overlooked are the mental health problems and the transition back into the community. And this would be, you know, a safe place for people to come, but to involve the families as well, because the families do struggle. They don't know how to cope with what the partners are going through. So if we can, you know, do some kind of activities and then bring in some outreach workers to help them out, you know, there's more chance of keeping the families together, because there's a lot of heartbreak that goes with it. But if we could just stop one family from breaking up, fantastic.
What we're looking for is character. So if we create character, we create identity, and then you'll find the people using it actually have ownership. Alongside that is the flexibility of the space. So the space can be used for many different aspects of life. It isn't just for the garage, it can be utilised for people coming in and use it as an event space. And people will then want to associate themselves with this, so it just builds and builds.
There's probably soldiers out there, ex-servicemen, women as well, who they don't realise that they can draw, they could paint, or they could build stuff, or they might want to do something like that, but there's nowhere to do it, and if there is, you're restricted, or you've got to pay X amount of money, so they might not be able to afford it or get to these places.
It's going to bring, you know, social inclusion for guys and girls that you know, are feeling completely isolated as they do when you suffer with injuries, both physical and mental. But then also to be able to give them somewhere where they can not just go and meet other people, but actually learn new skills and start to feel useful again. That is going to be an absolute massive boost to the Armed Forces community in this area.
And if there's anyone out there who wants to donate, then please